Oswald Mosley was a rabid nationalist, a great orator, who touched a nerve at a time when the world, certainly Europe, was undergoing great uncertainty, as we are now. But despite his personal magnetism and oratory skills, Mosley faded quickly from view after a brief moment in the spotlight. Nigel Farage is no Mosley, but he was able to briefly stoke up the dormant racism and Little Britain sentiments that so many people in this country seem to feel deep down. But it was enough to make his adherents see off Johnny Foreigner by voting Leave in the referendum, a vote many are now regretting, I have no doubt. The Trump oaf is no orator, but he certainly touched a nerve. Globalisation, mechanisation of jobs, galvanised people who previously had voted Democrat in the Rust Belt and the mining districts into believing that he could be their saviour. He seemed to talk their language. His message was coloured by racism. He is a contemptible and disgusting, repellent and embarrassing human being, and I hope he's very soon deposed. And his ability to stoke those fires of racism were in a large part responsible for his election. British people seem to come together at times of great stress and at dramatic times, particularly such as the Blitz. The Blitz spirit brought together people in a way that possibly had never happened before. The war itself brought people together, and so many people from that time felt that the war was the time of their lives, a time when they felt they had common purpose with their fellow countrymen, a time that they could never return to afterwards. In recent times, the bomb outrages of fanatics have brought people together. That was seen during the bombings in London and the IRA bombings back in the 1970s and 80s. But after these things have died down, the Brits seem to return to their insular lives thereafter. They seem to be pretty apathetic in the main, and are rarely disturbed or galvanised for any great length of time by any kind of demagogue. Personally, I don't think that even should a demagogue emerge, Boris Johnson certainly isn't one. Farage can talk the talk, but he is ultimately a figure of contempt. I feel that the Brits won't allow anything to really rock the boat, to take them out of their comfort zone. The wider world doesn't really trouble the average Brit, and all he really cares about is an imagined status quo, one rooted in the distant past. As long as the cricket pitches are still green, and say is there beauty yet to find, and certainty, and quiet kind, deep meadows yet for to forget, the lies and truths and pain, oh yet stands the church clock at 10 to 3, and is there honey still for tea?